So I just want to come on here and speak on the full moon in Libra tonight, and also the different connections to the numerology that today has and how that all connects. So you got Libra, right? The sign of Libra being Venus ruled, and you have the date today being 4/1/2026. That adds to a 6. Well, it's going to add to a 15, but then the 15 breaks down to a 6. And that's a Venus ruled number. So the heaviest themes are going to be Venus themes right now. So like love, beauty, relationships, harmony, balance, and justice. That's going to be a real key one, is justice. Because with the 6, you have the nurturer of the 1 through 9, the most nurturing number, right? They provide and will give so much to the point where they can even give to the wrong people. So this becomes a theme with 6 life paths, or people born on the 6. They have to make sure that there's an equal, fair exchange of energy in all of their connections, right? And with Libra, they have to do the same thing, but it's not really too much of a highlighted theme with Libra, but justice is a theme with Libra, and fairness, right? In all their connections have to be equal, right? Libra and even 6 are also connected to relationships and unity, right? Of 2 things. So with this, there has to be a fair balance of energies. Also, I want to get into the attraction, right? With the sign of Libra and beauty, right? The things that you find beautiful, appreciating the aesthetically pleasing things in life that, that bring pleasure. So that's going to be a theme as well, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say, don't have fun or do things that, bring in dopamine and shit like that, but make sure that there is a fine balance of that, right? Because there can be the tendency to indulge in the pleasures too much. And that would be excessive. Excessive anything is kind of like poisonous to a certain degree. So with that, you have beauty, you have arts, you have creativity. Very artistic number and sign. So creativity and doing things artistically can be a theme and an opportunity to dive into that part of yourself, of your artistic expression, right? Emotional expression. There's also the theme of, when it comes to the number 15, right? Because this is the double-digit total of the date today. 15s in numerology can represent being talented in like different magic, different like spells, casting spells, sorcery, doing rituals and things like that. Magical rituals would be another opportunity that today will present for, the full moon. Getting into a full moon ritual, looking up some stuff online that's specifically tailored to your zodiac sign or the element of your zodiac sign. So if you're a water sign, you would work with water. You would find water ritual for the full moon. Or if you are a fire sign, burn a candle, right? Or write something on paper and burn it. If you're an air sign, writing something down, or just like speaking words, like spells, like, using your words as magic, right? Or earth signs, you guys can use the earth. You could use plants, or you could like bury something in the ground. Like, I'm just giving different ideas of like what the different elements could do, but there's a whole lot of other creative ways to perform like different kinds of magic. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do. But doing any kind of rituals today magically with the moon tonight, you probably will see like fruits from that, more than likely, because it's the general energy of that being something that is easy to do. Because with the 15, you have the versatility and the air quality of going with the flow with the number 5, and then with the number 1, you have the confidence, right? 1 is a confident, assertive, bold energy. So it brings that conviction, right, in your ability to use words, because 5 is connected to Mercury. So this is what creates like a lot of well-talented magicians and sorcerers and people who use like black magic and things like that. Spellcasters, witches, wizards, warlocks, whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? It creates that type of person, that type of individual, or they have that innate ability. if they are aware of it or not. It's 15s, people who are born the 15th have that ability. And also you might attract like certain partners, potential partners, relationships, things like that. You may find yourself working in unity, like in harmony with somebody else, or you might meet a friend. See, and when I say relationships, this could be of a love kind of relationship, or a business partnership, or like something where you're signing a contract to do this project with somebody else, right? And it just falls together like really harmoniously. These can all be themes, right, around that. And when you do, also, I forgot to include, when you do your ritual, when you do your spell casting, whatever it is that you do, like I said with the fair energy exchange thing, make sure you're showing gratitude, right, to these elements, to whatever deity that you want to work with. If you do that is associated with love, harmony, I suggest working with somebody that is associated with Libra number 6 kinds of things, like love, like harmony, like relationships, like peace, right? Finding peaceful solutions, things like that. Make sure you show gratitude, because gratitude is another key element in the recipe of manifesting things, as well as conviction and confidence in what you're actually, what the activity is that you're doing, and how it's going to bring about this kind of outcome or this kind of result. Show gratitude. Gratitude is very key. And also showing different offerings, giving offerings to these elements, to these deities, or Venus itself, the planet itself, would be very key when you're doing rituals too. What else am I forgetting to speak on? I think I touched on most of the topics. 6 in this Libra Venus energy is all going to be tied into things that are like very attractive and beautiful. So these types of things may surround you in your home life as well. 6 is tied to the home and family matters as well, but so is the moon. The moon is tied to family and the home as well. So this could be a theme where you are creating like a more beautiful environment inside of your home space or in your family life. You may find it, easier to connect and be well received by your family, by, different people in your root system, in your home life, things like that. Arts, like I said, creativity, aesthetically pleasing things. You may see the beauty in life more often. And that's all I got to really speak on. I think I touched on everything. You guys have a good full moon in Libra. Wish you well on your journey to self-discovery. That's gonna be my new outro now. I'm not even gonna lie. That sound like the one. Wish you well on your journey to self-discovery. Peace.